Hello? 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 Hi. We're just gonna sit here and talk for a little bit like we kind of do, but maybe a little bit more on the talking than exactly the update side. I feel like last time was pretty much just updates, but uh, now things are just a lot to say. And I don't have many people to listen. So we're gonna start with the new Red Bull flavor is out. You get to witness my first reaction to Summer Edition Sudachi Lime. It's good. We like it. So, where do I begin? I guess by going over the goals. That's what this is all about. I'm sorry. It's been a crazy month. Firstly, I apologize for my voice. You might be able to tell I'm kind of getting over a bit of a sickness, but I wasn't really sick. It's more of just my voice. For a day, it was my throat, and then it's just been my lungs. I've been coughing up a lot of phlegm. I probably have fluid in my lungs, and that's because I smoke weed. For sure, that's how that comes to be. So that's on me. But the first goal I had listed of get a new job, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't make progress on that. I haven't any at all so far, and I'm going to remove it kind of from my goal sheet right now. Because here's the thing, the years continue to progress, and I no longer have a goal to leave right now to get a new job. The only reason I would simply be for pay, and I don't inherently think chasing a paycheck's wrong, but over the past few months especially, I've become more and more important at my job, and that's part of what it was. I just wanted to feel important, but it's gotten to the point where I'm kind of pivotal. And that just means I could ask for a raise and probably get it, which I don't plan to for a while. But, the things I do, I have many different roles. Other people are capable of doing it, but I find fulfillment in it. Today, I just got back from juvie, and I ate lunch with the inmates. We had pizza, cheesecake, wings. Hello? I just showed up and they gave it to me. That's cool. That is an experience that I really can't imagine I would get anywhere else. And, as much bullshit as there may be, I'm good at it. I, for the most part, enjoy it. I'm getting fulfillment from it right now. And I feel needed and I feel respected, which honestly, the only place I feel respected in my life right now is at work. And I appreciate everybody there for that, for sure. So that is my rationale to change my goals. And one good inflection anybody's able to do is look at their goals and always make progress towards them. But if you decide your goals have changed, that is also more progress than you could even really say, just right there. If you're changing it, if you're altering what you want, you're finding out who you really are and what you really want. I'm not staying here forever, right? But I don't plan to leave anytime soon. I kind of have like a more long-term vision for my life, and I could see myself staying there for a fair bit longer. I don't have an issue with the place itself, and well, I would say the higher ups, but I am one of the higher ups, right? So it's like, even the people above me, I love them all. They're great people. They respect me and they care about me. I mean, today my boss said I've been doing a phenomenal job lately. I've never heard that man say the word phenomenal in his life. And that meant a lot to me. And a few days ago, they invited me to their wedding. It just goes to show that the progress that we've been making. And it makes me really happy. Because in a lot of other ways, over these past few months, my relationships with people have become more and more strained or non-existent entirely. So to have some place where I feel respected and needed is important to me, especially given that they pay me. Not always on time, which is not ideal, but hey, you know what? It happens, I guess. So let's talk about the second goal, which is still here. There's actually some big progress in a lot of these, believe it or not. Like, it's April has been a hard month, but it's been a very dedicated and busy month, and we've been accomplishing a lot of what I've sought out to accomplish. And I'm proud of myself in that, and despite it being very difficult. Obviously, I want to pay off my student debt. I've been working at that pretty hard. I might end up selling my iPad here. There might be a few extra $100 I could throw at it. I'm at good pace for it. I would like to really get it done by October, but that's a stretch. It's very difficult with my current income to actually get there. I don't think I will, but I'm going to try. Because if I can get rid of that expense, I could put that money somewhere else, and that would probably be towards getting an apartment on my own. The amount of money I put at my student loans right now is the amount of money I would need to increase in my expenses monthly to live on my own. And I know this. I did live on my own for a little bit. I just chose to move back in with my previous roommate, but admittedly, he's been pretty. He has a lockbox on the AC right now because if I change the temperature to what I like, he has like a tantrum that it's not what he wants, so he locks it. That's pretty much what I'm dealing with right now. He even will do that when I tell him, "Hey, I'm sick and I'm gonna have a hot flash. I'm turning it down a little bit," then he locks it. So yeah, I've been pretty frustrated with that. I screamed and recorded it for like half an hour recently. It was a video that could have easily fit on the Magnus channel. And I almost uploaded it, but frankly, I just recorded it and did nothing else. And it's been a little bit better since then. It's been like a week since then, but regardless, I would much prefer to live on my own, and I could see myself kind of not settling down, but getting comfortable in my current lifestyle over the coming year or two. I'd love to get a cat because I miss mine, and she will realistically be gone within a year or two. And I would love to have her with me, but I know that I won't, and I've tried, and I can't. But the second goal of hitting 4,000 in savings, still getting there. We're over 25% of the way there. This is actually the most I've ever had at my savings, so that goes to show that we're making progress for sure. Especially ahead of all other past versions of myself. But at this rate, I don't know if we will hit it. We're actually really close. Like, if I prioritize that, I could hit that, but I would be prioritizing it just to hit that. And then if I end up getting enough money in my savings that it would allow me to pay off my student loans, I probably would just throw it all at that, because the amount of money I would make in interest in a savings account is so minimal, but the amount of money I could save by paying off a loan early and having to not pay that interest is far more substantial to my life in the long term. So I think effectively this one's taking a backseat to the student loan one, which is probably the better idea. And once I would have no student debt, I could throw more at savings, right? So it's kind of a double-edged sword in that case, but we're still making progress in both ends in the way that we want, and that's good. We like that. So third one of get a new girlfriend. I am not over the debacle that I mentioned last month in regards to, sorry, the frame rate looks terrible as I'm recording this. Hopefully it doesn't come out that way in post, but I'm not over the debacle that I went through last month in regards to connecting with somebody again after 12 years, falling for them very heavily, thinking things were going well and beginning to build things, truly getting to know each other, and then effectively hitting a wall, losing her, and getting ghosted. And I've been replaying pretty much every possible instance, moment, word in my head over the past month, and I don't think I will ever know for certain what it was. It could have just been she just decided she wasn't interested. It could have been this, could have been that. I can reflect on a few things. If I could do it over again, I would, and I think I would do it better, but I'm pretty confident that I did a pretty good job, in my opinion. I mean, seemingly didn't do enough, didn't do a good enough job, but it just seems that they may be somebody who doesn't want to communicate very much to solve it, and that's something I have to accept. Uh, I'm gonna try again in a sense that her birthday is this month. I'm gonna reach out and say happy birthday. I don't expect the conversation to go anywhere, but my birthday is like 2 weeks after hers, so I'm hoping maybe she'll reach out to me on mine after that. And I'll try to see if I can talk to her at all and get anywhere, but I don't think that's realistically going to happen. That's just the only last kind of ditch effort I can make while still respecting her wishes and boundaries. Regards to expanding my game taste, I mean, I haven't really done that, admittedly, but I mean, we've made progress. I play other games here and there. I'm not as frustrated with that as I have been, at least at the beginning of the year. Like I'm pretty content with what I do play, and I do have the ability to branch out, and I still do actively branch out. It's not always a new game, but it's still more than one frequently. Like this week I've probably played like 4, 5, 6 games, and I would consider myself making good progress and or succeeding in that goal currently. CPR license certification one. Do you think I've done anything? Because I haven't. Will I ever? I hope. It's not the one that's the most important to me, though. It's something I should do for the betterment of myself and maybe the safety of people in my presence, but we'll get there when we get there, in a sense. Next one. And 100 credit score. I have good news. This actually happened. If I pull it up right now, I think it would still show it. I mean, it's not like I hit it and then instantly messed it up, right? So let me check Experian and see if that one will show it. It always depends on what bureau you look at, and last time it updated, yada yada. But okay, that was not the one that would show it. Let me see if I can pull it up here. Unless it went down. Maybe it's gone down since. Oh, it went up. I don't really want to show this much because, there's weird information. I don't know if it will actually focus. 804. You saw it. It's real. Webcam. Focus. You're doing so good. I just wanted to show one thing. It's okay. Bring it back. I don't know if I can fix that. Oh no. All right, I cover it. Then I uncover it. No. That's so bad. Oh, fuck. Chat. Nobody told me this was gonna fuck everything up. I could have just put it in post. Hold on. We're back. All right. So I'm going to effectively cross this one off the list because we're going to assume that I don't end up ruining the credit score. Because how would I? You have enough knowledge and discipline to get to 800. It's pretty hard to mess up unless you're doing stupid things. So we accomplished one of the goals, full stop. I mean, like, undeniably, I'm there. Yes, it's one of the bureaus, but like the other ones are close enough and they'll get there in time. But I'll be honest with you, I hit it, and when I saw it, I kind of didn't feel much. I just went, oh, awesome. Like, nothing changes, But still nice to accomplish a goal. Kind of knocked off 2 on this list, this video, if you think about it. Which means less content for the future ones. Uh-oh. But next one of Rate 200 albums. I haven't actually been making much progress on this. And that's okay. I don't know. I've been spending my time doing other things. Actually been reading a little bit more. Plan to a little bit today too. We'll get there. But in regards to being a bit more social, this one's debatable. I don't know if I've actually really. I mean, I think I've kind of made progress, right? I mean, I almost had a girlfriend. It's kind of embarrassing to say, but like, I'm pretty good at reconnecting with old people. It doesn't always last. But like, I think I went home at one point this past month. I don't know if it was this month or last month, but I got lunch with one of my old coworkers. You know, I've been talking to some other people here and there. I would say I'm doing well. I could do better. I envisioned myself doing better, but still a lot of time in the year and a lot of time in my life, hopefully. But yeah, um, this one actually, going to the gym more consistently. I've been doing very poor at this. Like my minimum was once a week. I have not gone in a few weeks. Now I told you I was kind of feeling sick. It's difficult. If I feel sick, like I'm not gonna go. I don't think it's good for my body in that case. I don't know if I can easily pull it up. I think I'm able to check in history. I went once in April. I think I was home the following week. It just didn't work on my schedule. And then I've been working 6 days for the past 2 weeks and I haven't felt great. Now I've worked out at home a little bit, but all in all, I am failing in that right now. It also partly comes down to I've been going through a lot mentally. I've been doing pretty poorly. And I think I'm beginning to lift myself back up out of it, but that is one thing that's very hard for me to do, especially when I'm feeling down in certain ways. Like if my heart's broken, I'll go to the gym, but if I just feel like shit nonstop anyways, no matter what, I just don't. I don't know. I don't know how to describe it. Hopefully I pick it back up, but I need my schedule to align itself back up to where it was. You know, I'd be like, oh, I would go on like Mondays, but I've only had Wednesdays off lately, and I've had things to do on Wednesdays, so it's been difficult. So that's that. Next up was read more often. I actually just got a book today. I'll show you because I have it next to me. This is 11/22/63 by Stephen King. I just watched the show and I really liked it. And I looked at a few of the differences between the show and the book. Not like I looked at every single thing, but I went off like a few Reddit threads. And the differences intrigued me, and I love reading books of, you know, movies or shows that I've seen that I really enjoy. Like I have the entirety of the series Unfortunate Events, and I reread those frequently. And I have a VFD tattoo, but the stylization that I chose is the one from the show. So goes to show that's that show. Goes to show that's kind of what I do. So hey, that's progress in that regard. So I'm planning to at least read a chapter in this today. This book is fucking huge though. God damn. Probably just gonna farm in Minecraft as I do it. You know how many crops I can farm as I do this shit? At least one. Like, it's crazy. And then the last one's visit home more often. You know, I try to once a month. I know when I'm going in June. I plan to at some point this month. I gotta do a lot of planning as to when. You know, I work a lot of 6-day weeks. They've needed me. I'm one of the only people capable of doing the things I'm doing. The person technically like directly above me has been out, not because like sick, but they were on like a work trip and now they're on like a personal vacation. So I kind of have to do all their stuff in addition to mine normally. So it's a lot. It's once it calms back down, hopefully I'll find time to go. But also gas prices, fuck. I just filled up right before I recorded this. Dude, fuck Trump. I mean, for so many reasons, but also including that. Yeah, I mean that's where we're at in regards to my goals, and that's been a bit of a look into my life lately. And I don't know, it feels like things are going to be looking up, but I just have so much work to do in every sense of the word, and I'm hoping I'm capable of it. Thank you for watching, thank you for listening, and I'll see you next month unless I make another video in the meantime, which who knows.